Welcome back. I'm Jay. This is the Heads Up Show, and today we've got a very special guest. We have all the way from Australia, James from SHOC. Really great having you here. I'm getting really excited.
Jay.
James has been here for a couple of days in the States, and you've kind of been going around doing some things, and when you got here, I said, we got to do a show. Two things that people want to know. One, price. Talk to us about price.
So the visor itself, now made in the US, it's a high-end product. It's exclusive to this helmet. We're gonna price it fair to what the other visors in the marketplace are priced at. I don't see it being overly what it was previously.
It'll be about the same range as your Oakley and Under Armour's, basically.
Exactly.
Number two, and you just said it, exclusive to the SpeedFlex. This is SpeedFlex only. So if you don't have a SpeedFlex, this is not your visor.
It's not your visor.
Yeah, but if you do,
you will not find a better visor, I believe.
I'm excited about it.
Me too.
What kind of color options are we going to be having here?
Clear, and then we'll add in smoke, and then the rest. Clear mirror, the iridium colors, and then we have a couple other things that we're working on for new technology.
Gotcha.
And we're very excited about them too. And because it's taken so long, these opportunities have actually come to us now.
Okay, well that's good.
So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, well good. So we're looking at a pre-2019 Christmas launch. So maybe we can see some of these under Christmas trees all over the place. Most likely probably just clear for Christmas, and then you're going to roll out more colors after that.
Correct.
We're talking a price point competitive with other higher end visors from Oakley, Under Armour, and so forth.
Correct.
Just go to the SHOC website or go to greengridiron.com.
Correct.
Find the listing, and you can put your email address or phone number in to get notified as soon as the pre-sale goes live.
We will notify, and we'll blast it on every social media channel we have. We're excited, believe me, and we're just as excited as you guys are to get them. But you know, it's all about getting it right up front for us for the future. So once we get the production lineup set up.
And the reality is, as frustrating as it can be sometimes by people who want things now, the reality is it's worth the wait to get it right. And I think this is going to be one of those things that's going to be worth the wait.
We are producing the new visor in the States.
It's huge because it was in China before, right?
We were in China, yes. And you know, there's problems that you experience there, but part of it's logistics. So we've made a choice to produce now in the U.S., and we're extremely proud about that. And
well, you used to be in the Navy, so I know that the U.S. has always been something you want to do. And from a supply standpoint, coming from the U.S., now it's just getting on a truck and shipping it to us versus
months on the sea or waiting for a production line to make our product. So it's just going to help us out a lot because now we should be able to deliver much faster once we put our order into the factory and not have to wait as long. So that's a really big proponent. And it is on the East Coast here, similar region as South Carolina. So it's going to be really fast.
So what did you learn about the factory?
Our mold is in the factory. They've begun testing it. These two here, visors, the one in the box and one on the other helmet already, are actual production samples from the mold.
So pre-production, these are basically 99.5% what they're going to be.
Yes.
The production ones are going to be a little cleaner finish on it, but because we've been handling these guys and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, these things are ready to go.
Exactly. So the only thing these visors are missing is the anti-scratch and anti-fog coating. They will look exactly like this and fit exactly like this. And I think the fitting is what's going to show you how incredible this visor is, because
let's talk just a little bit. So anti-scratch, anti-fog, that doesn't mean that they can't be scratched and it definitely will never fog. It just means that it's a reduction. But those are critical pieces to make sure that when they're out there performing, whether it's a humid day, a cold day, whatever it is, that you're not going to have a level of fogging that's so severe that they're not going to be able to play.
Correct. So what the anti-scratch, what it does is basically from handling them, installing them, light scratches. Football's a collision sport, as we all know. We get smashed. People smash each other, and you will gouge out a visor. I've had, unfortunately, customers that have gouged their visor out on the first time they wore it.
Yeah, so
it's unavoidable. I can't make a Kevlar visor.
No, and and we looked into it years ago, and I talked to a guy that produces a lot of things for the military and NASA, and I said, what do we got to do to get a visor that is scratch proof? And he said, yeah, we can do it, but it's going to be $1,000 a visor, and you're going to have to order 100,000 of them.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
You know, so that's not realistic.
No, it's not.
But it is possible, but it doesn't matter what the brand is. It's the same type of plastic is being used in plastic scratches when it hits metal.
It's funny you mentioned that. There's other brands out there that say there's trademark names in their plastic. It's all the same plastic I've found recently.
Yeah.
And it's all polycarbonate, and polycarbonate is what the National Football High School system mandates the visor has to be made out of. So it's shatterproof, meaning that it doesn't blow out into 1,000 pieces like glass in your face. Our lacrosse visors, I've had them crack when guys got pulled in the face.
Better you get a cracked visor than a blown out eye socket.
100%.
Yeah, and you know, something that Steve and I were talking about not too recently was like, man, if Deshaun Watson doesn't start wearing a visor soon, it would be shocking because he just took a foot to the eye.
Yeah.
So I mean, visors are a piece of safety equipment. They're kind of still viewed, I feel like, with some of the leagues more as a fashion statement than anything else still. But the reality is, you got hands and feet that are getting inside the face mask, and a visor is there to protect it.
Correct. Yeah, that's how we see it, as a protective piece of equipment. And we've made this visor to fit this helmet for that reason.
So that brings up a good point. We haven't talked about that yet. So the Zero-G, tell us what the G stands for.
All right, so it means zero gap. That's what we came up with. When we first came out with the 2.0, there's a lot of bending and trying to shove it in here is really difficult. We've all fought it, I fought it. But we were trying to make a visor that fit every helmet so that we can sell more visors instead of making the best visor for this helmet.
And you know, Oakley years ago worked hand in hand with Visors when Visors was in the developmental stages of their helmet to come out with a visor that was specific for that helmet. And I remember you told me we got to do that with the SpeedFlex.
Yep. I think that's a great piece of equipment they came out with. It looks good. And I just felt like we were so close with the 2.0. And after that new visor came out that they released, I felt like this is what we have to do. And so we started working on it. It's taken us nearly 16 months to put this thing together. I came by last time when we discussed it, and it's been a journey, to say the least. But we've taken out all the issues. We've worked through it slowly as a project, and we've come up with something that's, I think, is going to be really great.
And outside of that Oakley visor for the Visors helmet, every other visor on the market, except this one, is a one size fits most okay.
Correct.
So whether it's Oakley, Under Armour, even the original SHOC 1.0, or any of the generic brands out there, they are designed to fit most helmets.
Correct.
Decently, which means that they're not going to fit them. Some of them you just won't fit. But
Correct.
The reality is this visor, I'm excited about it because I've kind of taken this one here and popped it in and out. Super easy. But it looks like it's for the helmet. It's designed for the helmet.
It is. And so if you look at the lines of the visor, it matches the shape of the face mask. It matches the lines of the helmet vent holes. It all matches perfectly. It matches the side vertical bars here. It just takes all the lines and highlights them. And because it fits perfectly, it's not getting bent at all. So the risk of it cracking is a lot less.
Yeah, very, very low. And then with this visor, you've got a new clip system too.
That's correct. Viper, so Visor Impact Protection Energy Resistance. And this just gives a bit of extra energy resistance, we believe. And also some customization too. So a bunch of different colors. We'll have them where you can, with unbranded as well. This is what some folks like to have. And they do fit every other visor out there. So they're universal fitting clip. So they got a few here in the box. So come with a visor, and then we'll have these clips with the thumb nut instead of a thumb screw.
These are gonna be a no tool.
Toolless, yep.
Clips, that'll be nice.
So they slip over the bar, and then they just kind of clamp on, and then you just screw the visor on between the back of the rubber piece and the thumb nut. So we'll have a little hard inner plastic piece and a soft silicone piece on the outside is what we're going to use.
You'll be able to brand these and do all that kind of stuff if you wanted to.
Correct.
Go to shockvisor.com or greengridiron.com to put in your phone number, or cell phone number, or email address if you want to be notified for when the pre-sale is available. And I think that both SHOC and Green Gridiron, we're going to be giving away some freebies and have a nice discount available for that pre-sale that you're only going to be able to get for the pre-sale. I can't wait for this thing to drop, and I know you are too.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and it's been a dream of mine to actually make this visor for probably about 2 years now, and I'm really excited to finally get it out there. So
let us know what your thoughts are below. Are you going to be picking up one of these? What's your favorite brand? What are the brands that you've had the most and best experience? What type of helmet do you wear, and what kind of visors do you wear? We're always interested with that kind of stuff. If you want to see more videos like this, then like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified. And until next time, cheers.
See ya.